Good evening and welcome to the very first episode of the Front Office Podcast. Super excited about that. Me and my co host, Sean Elwood, who is not with us right now, but will be joining the show about mid June. He's actually closing on a house right now, so congratulations to my guy. My name is Marcus Cameron. I'm your host, and welcome. We're glad you're tuning in, checking it out. If you're here, we definitely appreciate you. Make sure you hit the click, like, and subscribe button at the bottom to subscribe to the channel. Hopefully, we'll be on all platforms very, very soon. Um, Again, my name is Marcus Cameron, and just to kind of give you a little bit about myself, I'm a really big sports fan, huge LeBron James fan as far as basketball is concerned. Love college football, pro football, and golf. That's the areas that we're gonna kind of focus on this show. I know baseball, but I don't know it well enough to kind of talk about it and have an opinion and give analysis and things of that nature. Everything else, I'm okay, and Elwood is as well. Really excited about this show, man. Been talking about it for about a year or two. Me and Elwood actually talked about it maybe about 7 or 8 months ago. Kind of went back and forth, went and played around to the driving range and got a little practice in and just kind of talked about what we wanted. And I just didn't want to wait anymore. So here we are. This particular show, is going to be about the Western Conference Finals, or should I say how the West was won. Because the Denver Nuggets defeated the Los Angeles Lakers tonight for the fourth game. Sweep. Game time is over. Denver, first time ever going to the NBA Finals. My thoughts on the series. Um, let's start with the obvious, LeBron James. Thought he had a good series. I thought tonight he played extremely well in the first half. I think he ran out of gas in the second half. I think he is showing his age a little bit. I wouldn't go as far as to say father time is caught up. If you're 38 years old and you're probably still top 10, maybe top 15 in some people's book, that's pretty good. So I wouldn't say it's caught up with him right now, but he doesn't have the ability to be able to carry a team through a series anymore. That's obvious. I think that's been obvious for a while. He was injured at the injured last year. I think he was injured the year before that, or maybe the year right after the bubble. He is, he's older. He's 38 years old. It's not much that we should expect from him in regards to that. Still a very good player. Huge threat out there on the floor. He had 31 in the first half tonight, which I thought was amazing. That was a bit vintage Braun, more kind of old man game. But he did shoot the ball well from the three-point line. I think Austin Reeves was great throughout the series. He's absolutely earned himself a big check this summer. I've seen a few people on Facebook and some other social media stuff like, oh, they're going to overpay him and da-da-da-da and all this and all that. I truly believe he's a real player no matter what system you put him in. If somebody pays him what they're saying he's going to get, that means they're going to feature him. I don't think they're going to be disappointed unless he doesn't stay healthy. You can see it. Very high IQ, shoots the ball very well. Sneaky good handles. He's somebody that has earned that check. I think he outplayed Jordan Poole this year, for sure, without a doubt. And Jordan Poole got a bag, and that's no knock to Jordan Poole. I'm just saying this guy outplayed you, or he played better than you this year, and you're making a lot more money than him. So free agency, along with the new CBA agreements and the TV deals, the salary is just going to keep going up. So, yeah, he's going to get paid as well. I think he should be. Lonnie Walker, I thought had a pretty good playoff run. Maybe not going to get a bag, but somebody's going to give him a deal if it's not the Lakers. The Lakers, as constructed currently, can't win a championship. I thought in this series, the X factor was going to be D'Angelo Russell, because D'Angelo Russell, I thought was what kind of put them over the top in the other two series. And everybody's gonna be like, oh, it's Anthony Davis and it's LeBron. Well, those guys are given. Reeves is extra. D'Angelo Russell is extra. Schroeder is extra. Those other guys are extra, but he was putting up really big numbers in the first and the second round. Wasn't very consistent, but he gave you 2-3 games in each one of those series where he had a pretty big game. And I thought he had to be better than he was. He didn't shoot the ball well, and I thought defensively, I think the Nuggets really keyed in on taking him out the series. Not saying that they went in and said, hey, don't stop everybody, let everybody score except for D'Angelo Russell. But I think they game planned for it. And that just means they gave him the proper attention that needed to be given to a player of his caliber. And I thought he just didn't adjust to it and didn't play well. It's unfortunate because he was really having a good playoff run, but I thought KCP did a really good job on him. And whoever was guarding him, they funneled him into making mistakes, and he just didn't shoot the ball well at all. And I thought that was part of the reason why the Lakers lost. I want to be clear because it's going to be a lot that comes out. This episode is probably not going to come out till later on today. So, of course, they're going to have First Take, and Shannon Sharp's going to get on there and talk on Undisputed. This series was tougher than a 4-0 sweep reflects. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. It'll be a lot of people, and I actually got into it with a little bit with a coworker today because he made the comment saying, man, at least the Wolves won a game. And it kind of pissed me off because he's a real sports guy. Like he understands sports. He's not ignorant to how this works. And it pissed me off because it's like, well, like, bro, like you don't even see that maybe the Wolves caught the Nuggets when they weren't as good after they done got through 2 series, like as confident. Momentum is a thing. I think we're seeing that in the Miami and Boston series. Miami's not better than Boston, talent-wise. Not even close. I'm not saying that those guys, the undrafted guys or Jimmy Butlers, they're not close to being the talent that Boston has over there. But they're playing together. They're confident. They're tough. They're mentally tough. They've been there before. And they're showing why they should be there. And they're showing why they're up 3-0 right now. So this series doesn't reflect, the 4-0 sweep doesn't reflect how tight the series was. Every game came down to a possession or two. Except for maybe, I personally thought game 3. There was a 5-minute stretch in the fourth quarter in game 3 where the Nuggets just walked them down and then went up by 10. And it never got close after that. So 3 of the 4 games were decided by a possession or two. I think that speaks to how good the Lakers were because the Nuggets, I'm convinced, they are the best team in the NBA. Top to bottom, they've been that all year. They've been the number 1 seed pretty much all year. I think the only difference is that everybody else knows it now because they were playing a team like the Lakers. And that's what happens when you play against teams whose stars are bigger than your franchise. And that, again, that's no disrespect to the Nuggets. It's just kind of in response to Mike Malone, or Coach Malone saying, we want our respect and, we won the game and everybody's talking about the Lakers. Well, that guy on the Lakers is arguably top 2, some people 3, but in most people's cases, top 5 all-time NBA, and he's still playing. Yeah, you're not going to dominate the media, bro. Like, he got you there. Probably win the series, which you did. Great job. It's a big shout-out to the Nuggets and their organization. First time ever in the finals. They've had some great players over there. Carmelo Anthony, Alex English, Dikembe Mutombo. They've had some legit Hall of Famers. And this is the first time they've ever gone to the finals. So that's a big step for that organization and well-deserved. I thought Murray and Jokic were great throughout this series. I think they show how lethal they can be as a 1-2 punch. But I also think the role players just really rose to the occasion. Most role players play well at home. You may get 1 or 2 that play well on the road. all of them played well on the road. Games 3 and 4, those guys were knocking out shots. Michael Porter Jr., KCP. KCP definitely wasn't this good when he played for the Lakers. He just was not this good. And that has a lot to do with the system. He gets older, he learns more. I don't think it's not that he wasn't giving 100%, but he definitely, and I think if you would have asked him, he definitely wasn't this good with the Lakers. He was good. Wasn't this good. Aaron Gordon had a tough series, but he had a big game tonight. I think he had 22 points. I think 11. I think he had a double-double. He hit every big three that he needed to hit. Got into it with Braun. Didn't back down. That was some real toughness. I kind of enjoyed that little scuffle they had. Because, a lot of people say the NBA is soft, and it's not that it's soft, bro. It's just nobody wants to watch prison basketball anymore. That's all. And that's no shots to, my guys who done did a little time and nothing like that. They know what I mean. Like, it's physical, bro. Like, you're not about to be calling no touch fouls. And that's how basketball was back then. I personally don't want to see that on TV no more. The game is talented. The players are more talented. Like, let them do what they do. Could we do without reviewing every little hard foul as a flagrant? Absolutely. Could we do without the flopping? Hell yeah. I'll be the first to say LeBron is definitely bad at that, but I watched that Boston and Miami game the other night. There's a lot of flopping going on out there too. Whole lot of flopping going on. So it's not just Bron. But I think it could be tougher in that sense. But overall, I mean, it's so much talent in the NBA now. There's a lot of people that would disagree with me and be like, oh, well, they had more talent back in the day. And my argument with that is always evolution. Guys are going to get better. The kids that are playing high school basketball right now most of them are better than what we were when we played. I mean, now you're not going to be better than everybody that played high school. You got the few standouts that are generational athletes or athletes that just hold up for the test of time. But generally speaking, if I went to high school and didn't have a trainer and played well, and let's say I made an all-region or a, all-district team, whatever team you want to call it, back in 98, you don't think these kids in 2023 are better with their trainers and the technology and the things that they can see? And they're better. That's just the way evolution works. It's not better all the time, but in most cases, they're going to be better. But getting off subject a little bit, I'm sorry about that. The Denver Nuggets definitely deserve to win that series. I thought they made all the right plays at the right time. Jokic hit at least 3 or 4 of those ridiculous three-pointers where he puts it on the back of his neck and just throws it up in the air. Like, it was crazy. And he did it in, like, at least 3 of the 4 games. And it was always a big moment when the shot clock is running down and Lakers on a run. You get a turnover here. You probably go up a little bit more than what you were. So those were just timely plays. Jamal Murray, 30-point halves, 2 30-point games. I think he shot over 50% for the series. That's at a guard position. That's crazy. That is really no defending that. And I think Vanderbilt is a really good defender. I think Schroeder is a very good defender. Both of those guys. I will say, Darvin Ham is not a bad coach. I think he's a good fit for the Lakers. I like his demeanor. I think he does need to get some more guys who are really good with the X's and O's, just because you're dealing with Braun and his IQ is probably really hard to coach him. With a guy like that, it's probably really hard to coach him. So I would say you need fresh ideas and things and adjust to who he is right now. You know what I mean? Like, he's not Braun in 2010. So he's LeBron James in 2023, 13 years later. So maybe not try to put the load on him all by itself. And I know what the narrative is. Oh, well, Michael Jordan carried this and Kobe carried that. And no, that's not how that worked. What they did is they had great pieces and they were different players. They were engines to go and score the basketball. That's what their job was. Give you much more. They'll give you much more if you ask for it, but that's what their job was. And their makeup is different. He's more of a facilitator, so he does need guys who can really fill it up. I thought him and the marriage between him and Kyrie was and Kevin Love was really good. They just couldn't be healthy for a good period of time. I mean, they pretty much ran the East. So I think the Nuggets are truly the best team in the NBA. They have had a really good year, and they deserve to be where they are. I think whoever comes out the East is going to be in trouble. I don't know how many games because Jimmy Butler is Jimmy Butler, and Jimmy Butler can give you a game or two by himself for sure. I don't care who he's playing. He can give you a game or two. But if it's Miami, I don't think they're going to be deep enough. That will be an interesting series because I think a lot of people forget that, what's the Morris kid? One of the Morris twins got into it with Jokic and his brothers. So there's some bad blood there. So it might get a little chippy, which is what we all want to see. But not too much. We still want to see a high level of basketball, and that's what Denver's doing. They're playing an extremely high level of basketball right now, and it's fun to watch. If you're a basketball fan, like, it really is fun to watch. I mean, they beat the dogs 2 out of my Lakers, but yeah, it's fun to watch. I mean, it's this guy killing you, it's that guy killing you, and there's no matter what kind of adjustment you make, you can't really adjust to it. I thought that was the difference in the series, is that the Denver Nuggets, the Denver Nuggets staff didn't have to make as many adjustments as the Lakers staff did. Everything that the Nuggets were doing, the Lakers had to adjust to, and not vice versa. I mean, we saw Tristan Thompson getting primetime minutes tonight, which he played well, but do we really think that was the answer? That's just all the adjustment he had left. So it was a really good series. It was very competitive games, but, big shout out to the Nuggets, man. They swept them out of here, man. 4-0. Get them out. 1-2-3 Cancun. I hate to say that about my guy, but he's out of here. And like I said, the Nuggets will be a hard out for whoever comes out of the East, whether it's Boston or Miami. And we're going to do a show on the Boston and Miami game after the game tomorrow night. I just kind of wanted to get this first episode out. We still got some things and some tweaking. Of course, I'm not a professional, but, if you're rocking with me, man, hit that like and that subscribe button. Stay tuned. If you got any questions or you got a topic you want us to cover, let us know. Like I said, we're going to be doing a lot of interviews, a lot of just me and Elwood, and we'll bring in some special guests to talk about different things and different subjects. One other thing, we had an all-time great, and I want to make sure I give him some props because I gave him a hard time while he played, man. Carmelo Anthony is a top 10 all-time scorer. Never won a championship, and that's okay. It's a lot of greats that didn't. That winning the championship is not an individual award. That's a team stat. I hate when they use it with the comparisons because those guys, even including LeBron, didn't do it by itself. When you win a championship, that's a team award. That's not an individual award. Carmelo Anthony has had an amazing NBA career, well-deserved, 19-season, first-time Hall of Famer. First ballot Hall of Famer. I don't see how he's not, but he was definitely a real one out there. A lot of the NBA guys will tell you that's their toughest cover, or they don't look forward to the night when they got to go against Melo, and that says a lot about you as a player. So salute to Melo, man. We definitely appreciated the time you gave us. Hope you're gonna do some amazing things once you're done with since you're done with your NBA career. One other thing, we don't have any sponsors, but my man Idris from High Flight Apparel got this shirt from him, man. I'll leave his information in the comments somewhere. Look him up, shop with him. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. We will see you